happened. That's what I said, was when jury.
Yeah, you said
that's
that.
What we talked about by my bed.
Right, you said that when we said about us all trying to vote together to get to jury, that's true, correct?
Okay.
Okay, so then what did you say about getting Rachel to help you?
How we get to pick the 2 other people for jury.
To try and save Vince?
No, I'm talking about when Will and Mickey, you said that they came to you to talk about their ideal jury. Me and you were both in. Remember, you said you're in it. And then you said we get to control the other 2.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I tell you that is because I know that you told me Vince was your number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I also like Vince.
Yeah.
So I told you that so we could try and save Vince rather than
I know.
Zach.
Right, I know that. But the point that I got from that, and maybe I'm wrong, was like once it came to that we would go head to head with them, whoever, like with Mickey and Ava and Will and them, and you said that they were not as strong, and we would go with them.
No, I just told you that to try and save Vince.
So you told me not just to save Vince?
There's no head-to-head battle or anything like that, as far as I know.
I just want us to just be like, because Keanu, like, Morgan and I came together because obviously, like...
Yeah,
like
your common enemy was me, and now there's no common enemy because we got rid of Jimmy.
Her and I are both trying to make sure that we play a very, very wise game.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out what the issue is, or what
there is no issue.
Well, not the issue, but you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's miscommunication or what, because it sounds like that there was a conversation that happened to where I was someone that could potentially be targeted to leave this house on your merit combined with Rachel and whoever else.
No, the only time I've ever tried to target either of you was when we were enemies. That's it. Right now, I don't know who it is that you want in those final 2 jury seats or whatever, which to me is irrelevant because unless you want to tell me who you want. But I know you want to save Vince as well as I want to save Vince. That was what that conversation was about, was trying to make sure that Vince is one of those 9, essentially.
Because I just know when we were in that conversation, you said that we could get, like when it came down to that, to go against Will, Ava, Mickey, because they were not as strong. I remember you saying that. Like, I'm just airing it out because that's what we're doing. And now, granted, that wasn't any time now. That was once we got to jury, but that was still something that was said.
I don't understand. So I had a conversation with you about trying to get Vince into those final 9 seats, and now you're trying to turn it into a thing of where...
No. I'm not turning it into anything.
A thing, but I just think...
But that's what it sounds like to me.
But we're airing it. Like, that's what you said. That's how I took it. It wasn't like you're trying to get her out now. It was once jury hit, because like you said, this is great. They approached you with their ideal jury. I was in it, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, great, because that's fine. That
conversation I had with you, though, all that conversation was about saving Vince, not taking anybody out.
But then you had mentioned to get people, and I don't know if you meant at jury, because that's what the initial thing was about, was at jury, because you specifically said, and I would never say this out of my mouth, that we are not as, we are stronger than them. Like, they are weaker when you look at the, like, Will, Ava, like, specifically.
Okay.
Do you remember saying that?
So now, no, because now what it sounds like to me is you're trying to remove me from that group and replace me with Zach. So
No,
that's what it sounds like to me.
I never said anything.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's never what I said.
But I'm saying that's what this sounds like. Like,
But I'm not saying that. And Zach was never even mentioned in this conversation. The whole thing is what Mickey is also trying to do is keep that common ground that was there and how things are being misconstrued. That's it. I just know what you said to me. And that's it. Like,
the only conversation I had with you was about trying to keep Vince this week, because I don't know what their plans are. They never told me they wanted Vince out or anything, right? So, and I didn't ask, because if I don't ask, then I don't have to go against openly whatever it is that they want. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
When you say they're, like, Will and I never talked to you together, right?
No.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, okay, so hold up. So obviously,
what?
He told me that you and Will pulled him.
No, that never happened.
No.
I talked to Keanu separately, and I told him that Will and I do not talk game. I said, but he is someone that I trust, and I know that he likes you. Keanu said he would talk to Will, and I'm understanding that you did that, right?
Yeah, Will and I spoke as well. It was a separate conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know it was separate. The way you said it is Mickey and Will pulled me and talked about jury. So I took that as the 3 of you. That's what I took it as. So.
Okay, and the only reason I even felt comfortable speaking to you was the same reason I told you yesterday, is that we were all...
Yeah, and that was the case. Like, I didn't have a problem with you.
Okay, was. Well, I don't understand was.
We're hashing out right now. I mean, I don't know. I literally...
I don't understand what there is to hash out. The only conversation I had with you was about keeping Vince.
Right,
that was it.
I just remember
they had a conversation about us going to jury or whatever. You mentioned 7 people.
Uh-huh.
So there's 2 more seats.
Control the 2.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 more. we can control who goes, and one of those people we can control going is Vinny if he doesn't leave this week, which you told me he was your number one, and I trust him as well. So why wouldn't we want him to go?
Right. That's
what the conversation was
right.
about.
But then after, there was a conversation about having us have people essentially against them. That's how, like, at this point,
to me, honestly, it just sounds like you're trying to get them to not vote for me.
No, that's not the case.
I have not been understanding of what's going on, because here's the thing, like, guys, I know it's a game, but it's like, I'm just trying to figure out who to trust. And like, it's a lot of shit floating around, excuse my language, but it's like, I need to just know what the truth is. I feel like if we all are just clean and clear about everything, that we can all make sound decisions.
It doesn't make sense for me to go to a person that you already told me tells you everything and tell her that I want you out when we get to the jury phase. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
It sounds to me like you're trying to get her to not vote for me so that Zach could take my spot in that.
You can ask her. I have never ever told her who I said whoever you vote for, I respect.
That's what it sounds like you're doing right now. That's like, does that not make sense?
I don't care who anyone votes for. I have not been rallying for anyone. Everyone knows where I stood. I even sat you down and told you where if you were sitting next to either of them, I'm keeping either of them. I have not gone to anyone and said anything against you. Nothing. I have not gone to anyone.
That's what you're doing right now.
No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about a conversation we had. I had just talked to Mickey about it.
The conversation where she walked past us multiple times, all that conversation was us making sure Vince also makes it as far as we are going to make it, at least to the jury. Because
I just know what I was told, and I'm just saying what I was told, and that's it. I mean,
what is the connection with Rachel?
I don't understand what the connection with Rachel is.
Well, I mean, it sounds like Rachel was brought into the conversation.
Oh, because she said she would want Rachel in jury because she values her opinion. Did you not say that?
Mm-hmm. I do value her opinion.
That was the extent of Rachel being there. Now, I told you that I personally would not like Rachel there because I feel like she's too emotional, and she would.
I mean, I'm in the same position. Like, at this point, a lot has happened for me that I'm fine if she's not there.
Well, I mean, but that was where Rachel came in. She told me that she personally would want her there for those reasons.
And that was when we initially talked, yes.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get anyone to vote against you, Keanu. I have not been going to anyone.
I mean, maybe not, but like, okay, so this is where I'm a little confused because you did straight up tell me, in which I acknowledge, and I'm like, okay, cool, fair game, bro. You're closer with both of them, so I'm not going to hold that against you. But now, basically, what it seems like is that, like, okay, well, you already told me you're not going to vote for me, which is fine. But now it seems like you're telling her misinformation so that she won't vote for me and try to keep them here.
I don't think it's her trying to dictate my vote, but I think at this point, like, I just need us to know, like, are we being honest with each other or no? Like, I just don't want it to be to where, like, if anybody's banding together to get me out, like, I would just like to know. And
well,
I'm not. Like, I will. No, I'm just saying I want to know.
If the perception of that is I'm trying to do that, then you're obviously not going to vote for me. Does that make sense?
I get that, but I mean, at this point, like, I just want the truth.
Why would I do that?
Even if I feel like you can stay and I feel like you're banding against me to get me out, cool, game on, that's fine.
The only person, person that I know of that is not a fan of you is Kelly. That's the only person I know. Mm-hmm. That's the only person
I'm not coming for either of you. That has already been said. I told you, like, if you stay, like, I am literally just in my little spot of hoping that maybe potentially both my friends stay, but if not, I wasn't having a problem because I didn't have a problem with you. So, like, I have not been telling anybody. You can.
That's what this looks like to me. But okay,
it's not. I mean, it's going down to something. I cannot control who people want in the scene. I've even heard it's. I don't know where the votes are. I do not care.
I think you do.
I don't know where the votes are.
If you're trying to dictate where her vote goes.
I'm not dictating where her vote's going.
I'm trying to dictate. I just think, I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like that's very, like, why would you tell her that? That doesn't make any sense.
Because we're talking about, like, what I want to do. We're talking about the involvement with you and me maybe not even trusting her. And we talked about things just to be transparent. Mm-hmm. And I need to know. Like, I just want to know. That's it. Like, what's going on? If something's going on, I think I'm entitled to know.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if we're supposedly working together or, like, care about each other or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I would expect people that are supposedly rocking for me to tell me shit like that, just to be honest.
Right. But I'm saying, like, I don't know if it makes any sense where I'm perceiving this is it looks like you had every intention of voting for me, truly, which I appreciate, and knowing that Zach or Vince need additional votes for me to leave and for them to stay. I mean, if I wanted them to stay and I knew you were voting for me, that's what I would do, is tell you some shit that I'm plotting against you so that way you don't vote for me. Does that not
Okay,
Makes sense.
yeah, I get what you're saying, and your feelings are valid. I don't think that's what it is, and I'm not trying to defend her at this
That's not
point.
what I'm doing. Because you can ask anybody. I've talked to people. I'm not asking, hey, can you please vote for... I'm not saying that. Everybody knows that ideally I would love for them both to say it's no fucking secret.
Well,
but I'm not going against them and saying, hey, let's weigh the pros and cons. You can ask anyone in this crib. I have not went to anyone and banned it against you because it is not my decision to make their game choice. If they think you're better for their game, that is great. I will deal with it. I will adapt. Plain and simple. Period. I haven't even told Mickey who she should or shouldn't vote for. I would never tell Mickey who she should and shouldn't vote for.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could be wrong. That's just what it looks like to me, is you're trying to dictate where her vote goes.
I'm not trying to
I
dictate
don't think
anything.
that's what it is, Kim.
I mean,
And I'm not trying to defend her.
saying that's just...
And I'm not trying to defend her.
That's
I'm
just
just
what
saying.
that's just what it looks like to me, because all I said during that conversation was we both want Vince to stay, and Vince could stay. You didn't say you wanted these 9 people to be in jury. You said 7. There's 2 open spots. Why not Vince be one of them if we both want Vince to stay?
You didn't mention names? You gave names of the people that were ideally in the jury that they'd like, and then with us 2 included, and we had the opportunity to fill the 2.
I said Vince, and you said Rachel. And Vince is someone that we have in common.
No, I understand that.
You said he's your number 1, so obviously you would want to take him, and I trust him as well, so I would want him there. Then you said also Rachel.
Yeah.
Is there anything else with Rachel, like, that anybody need to put out? Anything dealing with her, anything like what she's trying to do, or anything of that nature? She's not dumb. I'm pretty sure that she knows that we're trying to work together to some aspect. Any information that should be added?
as far as I know, she thinks there's a majority alliance that Vince is the head of, and she's not a part of it. That's what she thinks is going on.
And what is who's in that alliance?
Yeah, who's in the majority?
I don't know. She said something about heavy hitters or some shit, but that was like, as far as I know, I straight up asked Vince. I was like, "Yo, were you in an alliance called Heavy Hitters?" And he said, "Yeah, like week 1 or something like that." And I don't even know.
And she didn't mention any names. She didn't say who was in it. She didn't. Nothing.
No, she
She just mentioned Vince was the head.
She said Vince is the head of that alliance, and she's like adamant that he's the head of an alliance. And I was like, okay,
So she's
whatever.
trying to get him out because of it?
Maybe, I don't know. Like I told you, you guys seem to think I'm like super close with her, and like it's
Well, I mean,
just
that's what
most,
you
Yeah, because as you said that you guys are like brother sister, and she tells you
yeah,
everything.
but like personal. She tells me personal stuff. Like we're not very intertwined in terms of game. I already told you how I feel about her being in the jury.
Yeah.
I think she's way too emotional, and like for me personally, one week we fight and she leaves, and that's the impression she's gonna have forever, and I'll never win. So why would I want her there? That doesn't make any sense for me, at least.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I mean, no, I guess.
I'm just
Nothing
gonna
that I can think of.
I'm just going to reiterate, Keanu. You can ask anyone in this house. I'm not campaigning against you. I'm not campaigning for either of them. Whatever happens, I will deal with it. I'm a big girl. I can handle my friends leaving.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I don't know why I got dragged into some shit when the conversation we had was to save Vince. Like, I felt that was like a common goal we had.
Right, but there was a conversation after, and that's what I was thinking about, was like when you mentioned the jury and trying to get people to basically go head to head with them once we get there. But maybe that is something that people are thinking anyway, but that's the way I took it. That's all.
That was a conversation you had with me?
When we talked about that, you had mentioned like me, you, and we could Vince and other people that we could potentially go with against them, which didn't include Mickey because like she was on the Will and Ava thing, on the like thing, meaning like side. I mean, we never mentioned sides, but you mentioned us 3 as a thing and them 3 as a thing. So ideally, does that not spell going against each other? Like that's how I took it. If I'm stupid,
but I didn't have that conversation with you. The only conversation that we had, including Vince, was us saving Vince and him being a part of one of those extra 2 slots.
Okay. I have nothing to say right now.
I don't know, guys. This is stressful.
Yeah.
All right,
If
well,
I took
gotta
that
take
the
those
wrong
out.
way,
You guys
then-
want any piggies?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. You took the chicken out for me though.
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.